1, go. Hey guys, what is up? I'm Games, he's speaking, killing.
Sup?
Welcome back to another tale. Today we are acting to Goku versus Superman
3.
Death Battle. It doesn't say 3, but it's technically 3 because they've done 2 already.
Yeah, okay, we've watched Goku vs. Superman 1 and 2, and while we agree that Superman would win most of the time, we don't agree with how Death Battle keeps on doing Goku's scaling, or Dragon Ball scaling when it comes to Goku. Because the way that they've done scaling for Dragon Ball in the past has been on this factor of bullshit, and we're not saying that on the perspective of being salty. We're actually saying that on the perspective of that they kind of got some calculations wrong. We could go into it, but we're not going to go into it too heavily. What we are going to go into it is the fact that these two have created an entire ideology of generations. Superman, the Man of Steel, the superhero legend from Krypton, who basically breaks any sort of bounds of limits necessary to save Earth. And then we got the Saiyan legend Goku, Son Goku / Kakarot from Vegeta. The Saiyan legend who became the Super Saiyan legend and stopped the tyrant Frieza from basically trying to conquer the entirety of the universe, and then became a god.
Yep, and then both characters are super iconic. Both characters have inspired a bunch of shit, or more respective, their series have.
Goku has inspired an entire generation of people, firing Kamehamehas to a bunch of generation of the Man of Steel, to people being super.
Not just that, like, in their own respective art. So, Superman as a comic has inspired countless other superheroes and people to make comics that became just as successful.
And Goku as a manga has successfully driven tons of other manga authors to create things just like Goku. And plus
Like,
Son Goku is pretty much based off of Son Wukong, actually.
Yeah, Journey to the West was
which is actually a pretty interesting fact. But without further ado, without actually talking about too much about their powers, because we're going to let them go into it. If they miss anything, we will let you guys know, because we are relative watchers of Dragon Ball. And plus, he's more caught up with the manga than I am, but I'm more caught up with, like, superheroes and Xenoverse, so I would relatively know what he's capable of in that department.
And then another thing, one last thing before we continue, is, if you didn't know, there's a good reason why Naruto's color scheme is orange and blue.
Oh,
the
because
creator
of Goku?
Naruto is literally directly got his inspiration from Dragon Ball.
This is true.
That's his main inspiration. Without further ado, you ready?
Yeah, you got 3 seconds, because that's when it pretty much starts up.
Alright. Let me get the 3 seconds.
And sorry for the long-ass intro, but we figured it'd be necessary, because this is the third time these guys have fought, and these two are pretty much symbols of ideologies of pretty much, successfully driving multiple generations.
You ready?
Yeah, you got 3 seconds?
Yeah.
Then let us begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, what?
Fight!
Oh! They decided to bring that back for the third
Goku,
one. That's actually pretty funny.
Superman. It's time to answer the ultimate question, and we're taking it
Okay.
all into play.
We're examining Superman's extensive mainline comic book canon. Given Dragon Ball Super's contentious continuities, we'll include all 3, just to be thorough, plus Dragon Ball Heroes.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
What?
And it's our job to analyze their weapons,
Heroes?
armor, and skills to find out who would win.
They're
a
bringing
death
non-canon bullshit to Goku. Okay, cool.
I mean, I don't know how I feel
Far
about
away,
that, but
in an
okay.
enchanted land, an old master found a boy and marveled at his uncommon strength. This is the story of Son Goku.
Chances are, if you've watched some localized anime, you can thank this guy.
Inspired by martial arts films and his wife's interest in Chinese culture, Akira Toriyama crafted the story and the character that would define generations to come.
Dragon
Exactly.
Ball!
Exactly.
Kakarot was born a low-class Saiyan on the planet Vegeta, narrowly escaped its
Oh yeah, he was also a
destruction by
low-class
Frieza,
warrior
and
who
was raised on Earth by
broke
happy old
every
Grandpa
single
Gohan.
limit
Not
to
just
become
raised,
Super
but
Saiyan.
trained.
And extra
Gohan
shit.
began Goku's teachings in martial arts.
Mentors
which
is
he would find
okay. Let's
to be
actually
his
pause.
true
We should probably pause on a lot of this shit. We're gonna be pausing a lot. I hope you guys don't mind about that. Mentors is Grandpa Gohan, Roshi, Kami, King Kai, Whis, and Miras. Disciples are Gohan, Oob. Oh, and Shallow. They're bringing in the fucking app. That's fucking hilarious.
Because, yeah, that's literally an app character only. It'd be cool to make him canon, kinda.
It would be cool if they can make Shallow canon because he is very powerful. But anyways, though, hobbies is, of course, eating, napping, and sports, but also fighting. Occupations is radish farmer, firefighter. Wait, what?
Wait, he was a firefighter and office worker?
Wait, what? That makes zeros. When was this? We have to look this up after. Favorite foods is fish, orange soda, ramen, and anything. Not a bad dad. You guys are just mean. Yeah, he is not a bad dad. Everybody is just picking on him.
No, disciples, Gohan, Oob, and Shallot. Shallot needs to become canon. They need to do more with Oob, and,
Actually, they need to do more with Oob, actually, I will say.
Oob is literally the reincarnation of Boo, so he's supposed to be busted, but they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Goku trained him for 2 years, and then he's like... The other thing is,
What?
Do you know who Mirrors is?
Yeah, it's the guy who taught Goku how to go into Ultra Instinct at will, right?
Yes. I was just making sure you knew.
There is some stuff I know about the manga, but you're more caught up with the manga than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but anyways, so where are you at?
124.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
He learned the Kame-sen and Ryu style, which focuses on discipline and tenacity, both of which strongly define Goku's character.
The more he learned, the more he wanted to improve. This little low-class monkey boy would prove that hard work and dedication can beat raw talent. Within just a few years, he was so strong, the only worthy teachers left were gods.
And a talking cat.
But mostly gods. When you're training to dodge lightning, you know
They
you're
used that
a few
before.
leagues over everyone else.
He did have
I
a
know.
slight advantage. Saiyans are naturally superhuman. They also take Nietzsche's
Yeah,
famous
their
words,
planet
"What
is
doesn't
10
kill you
times
makes you
gravity,
stronger,"
actually.
very, very literally.
It's almost unfair how much of a boost in power they get after they're hurt.
While Saiyans
Yeah,
like
this is
Vegeta
true.
may
If they
have
were
abused this
capable of
trait, it
literally
suits
just
Goku. No matter how
capable
many
of,
times
you
you
know,
knock him
dealing
down,
deathly
he will get back
wounds
up
and healing, they
stronger
could
than
get
before.
stronger
It
from
helps
that.
that he knows so many
But
cool
that's the cheap
combat
way.
moves, like
And
the
plus, there's only so much you can get from
An
it after a
incredibly
while.
powerful technique that focuses one's ki into a single point for a devastating beam.
So challenging, it took Roshi decades to master, but Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
It's
Yeah, which is
incredibly
funny.
versatile.
After
with over
an
50
autonomous
different
Ultra
variations.
Instinct,
For
Destructo
example,
Disc,
Goku can
Dragon
carve
Fist,
the beam
Energy
at
Line,
the
Mighty
fire,
Look,
or
Ding
even
Wave,
shoot it from
Flight,
his feet.
Fusion
But
Dance,
unlike
God
most
Bind,
Saiyans,
Hakai,
he doesn't
Instant
just
Transmission, and the
use ki to
Kaioken.
blow shit up. Moves like the
Say
solar
Kami
flare,
Sen and
energy
Ryu,
line bind,
Kamehameha, Ki
and
Sensing,
God
Ki
bind
Eye,
require a lot more
Multiform, Rapid
strategy
Movement,
and
Rock,
planning.
Scissors, and
Because
Paper,
while Goku
Spirit
isn't
Bomb,
exactly
Solar
They're
Flare,
really
Telekinesis.
playing rock,
Genius when it comes to
paper.
martial
I guess so.
arts.
Oh, and
He doesn't
telepathy.
just train to conquer
Can't forget about
opponents,
telepathy.
but to conquer himself.
But no,
He's
no,
also got
they
some
bring in that and the
different
Dragon
moves,
Fist.
like trapping you in a rice
Well, they are
cooker.
killing
Well,
every
pretty much any
continuity, so
container
the
can
movies
be
would make
used for the
sense. And in the
Mafia
movies, he did
Then
use Dragon
there's
Fist.
Kaioken,
Yeah, I
aka instant steroids. Goku's
One of the only
multiplied
moves
his
he ever
power
actually
by
created
20 with it
himself.
before.
Basically.
And in a movie, he
And they
even
don't put
got
it in
it up to
canon for some
times
reason, which is
100.
stupid.
Really?
Badass.
You got it
The
to times
Genki
100 in one of
Dama,
the
or Spirit
movies?
Bomb is potentially
Yep.
his strongest attack. But it
Well,
requires
okay, the
considerable
Spirit Bomb's not
time,
gonna work on
unlike
Superman, though.
instant transmission,
Superman is Spirit
which is
Bomb.
a teleport that's instant. The way it works is Goku detects another person, like a sort of beacon, then teleports to their location by launching himself through an alternate dimension where time stands still. Yes, according to the Daisenshuu guidebook, it's a dimension hop. You can actually see this in between space in some movies and games.
And the dubs wanted us to think it shot Goku's molecules around at light speed. Silly English.
The dubs did more than that.
Ki,
In fact,
God Ki,
early
pressure.
dubs
Okay,
of Dragon
pause.
Ball-
Okay. God Ki, pressure, and healing properties protects against demonic magic, undetectable by most mortals. Flying Nimbus, max speed is 650
Kilometers
kph.
per hour.
Or kilometers per hour. Okay, fair enough. My
So
bad.
400 miles per hour is basically its top speed.
The power pole, Neobiel, which is the staff that obeys one's will, which I think means that it only obeys Goku. Then can stretch
It can
over.
stretch over 250,000 miles.
Well, it's able to stretch to the moon, so that's not too far fetched.
Sensu beans.
Heroes
Heroes
exclusive.
exclusives.
Dimensional Domain, God Meteors, Shenron Mode, and status, buffs, and debuffs.
Okay. Cool.
Where are you at?
353.
Oops. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Even his famous speech on Namek about being the light in the darkness was originally about him coming to terms with his Saiyan heritage, accepting his anger and pride, avenging his people by defeating Frieza, and declaring himself the Super Saiyan.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
If
Oh, yeah,
there's
true.
any scene
That
that
too.
deserves the
of
word
the greatest
epic,
scenes
it's
ever.
when he went gold. Super Saiyan and its sequels all have official power multipliers, but they threw us for a loop by turning Goku into a god.
Super Saiyan God certainly changed things up. Goku gained Divine Ki, a pure form of Ki unspoiled by mortal hands. Unlike normal Ki, it can't be detected and appears to have healing properties.
Kinda like Senzu beans. Did you know one Senzu has so much healing juice it can regenerate a person's lost limbs?
Yeah, I can't believe it. Wait, what?
They're missing
That is
out.
legitimately
God
canon? I thought
Goku
that was
reached
a
a level of
non-canon.
power that could compete with the greatest
Right.
of deities,
That
nearly
Senzu
shattering
can
the
withdraw
whole
limbs.
universe with a single clash on his first go. Dragon Ball's cosmology is unique. This model is said to be an accurate depiction of Universe 7, but there's a
Supreme
wrinkle
power.
there. When all of humanity went to heaven,
Because Boo went berserk.
Fidel commented that heaven is just as large as a universe, and the Daizenshuu backs her up.
And, that's
Well, how would
heaven.
Fidel know
Big
that?
planet.
So let's scale things up with that in mind.
It's Fidel.
Doing so would make
Do you
Universe
do you
7 over
question it?
1,500
Yes, I'm questioning
times
it.
larger than our
I
Because
don't know.
Gohan wouldn't know that shit.
universe.
The only person who would
And
know that
Goku
shit is
could
probably
destroy
Dende
that
or
much
Popo.
the first time he went god. And he didn't
And
lose that power. He learned how to
Gohan probably
use it
talked to
even
Popo
better,
about it,
even in
didn't
base
they?
form. Now, imagine
Oh,
how
Oh,
much
Goku is
stronger
apparently
he became
comparable
when he
to Cell
stacked
Max.
Super Saiyan on Super Saiyan God.
Those are the
and
Super
became
Saiyan, all the
Super
forms,
Saiyan
including Super
Blue.
Saiyan 4. I guess we're
Super Saiyan
including
God,
that.
Super
Super Saiyan
Yeah,
God,
not
Super
saying
Saiyan God,
that.
Super
Or after
Saiyan,
he trained with
and
some
Ultra
almighty
Instinct.
angel.
They even have
Or
super
when he
form
perfected
powers
the blue
saying-
hairdo and
Oh, they're
Super
even
Saiyan
including
came
giant
on top of that.
forms
Goku
of
has
Ultra
certainly
Instinct and the
performed
True Ultra
great
Instinct.
feats of God
And True Ultra Instinct.
breaking through his time stop by forcing himself into the future, holding off Infinite Zamasu, who was a sentient timeline, defeating Jiren, who shook the entire world of Void by just walking.
He even tried out Hakai, the destruction god move that nopes you out of existence.
Yeah, but that's not
Your
gonna work
being
on
and your
Superman.
soul
He's,
erased from all of
He's
time
supposed to
and
say nope
space.
moves like
Culminating
that,
in his
like Darkseid's
greatest
Omega
form,
moves.
Ultra Instinct.
Chrome Goku isn't a normal
Save Boro, Namekian's
transformation,
Universe
it's a
7's
state of
Universe,
mind.
broke Tai Chi,
Ultra
Pei-Chen,
Instinct is the
disrupted,
highest
escaped the
peak
30
of
black
martial
hole,
arts.
Super Saiyan 3 shook the
Subconsciously
afterlife,
making
down
optimal
Jiren,
choices
surpassed God of
'cause you're in the
Destruction.
zone. Doing
Wow, there's a lot
without
of shit here.
thinking.
Something Goku has always been trained to do. Technically, it can be used in any form, but when perfected, autonomous Ultra Instinct makes you untouchable. No matter what comes his way, Goku will automatically dodge, block, and counter to the best of his ability, even pushing his body well beyond
Exactly.
his physical limits. So far beyond, in fact, Ultra Instinct can summon a massive avatar to defend him when his own body
AKA
can't.
That
Goku unlocks the
sounds
Susanoo.
really intense.
It is, which is why he's developed incremental versions of it for specific uses. It's extremely difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Until you get to Dragon Ball Heroes, aka Dragon Ball fanfiction gone Kaioken times 1,000.
While technically
Basically,
a different
yeah.
continuity, CC Goku is functionally a stand-in for the mainline Goku. His history and powers
Oh,
are the
didn't you
same,
mention
making
this?
his story just as much
Yeah.
of a what-if scenario as
Apparently
the multiple
CC
super
Goku's the most
continuities.
busted
The only
version of
real
Goku.
difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
This
Oh yeah,
Goku used
they
instant
actually,
transmission to
yeah,
teleport through time
GT
and
Goku
dimensions.
and Super Goku
He
actually fought.
outsped a god who could see the future.
Super
He
Goku
defeated
won.
Dark King Fu, who was gonna rewrite the entire universe. Hell, this series even makes GT cool. Xeno Goku can break space-time just by going Super Saiyan 4.
Looking back at that goofy monkey boy chopping wood and punching dinosaurs, it's almost overwhelming to think about how far Goku has come.
This is
how
true.
much he's had
You gotta think
to
about what
face,
his beginning
But no
was and
matter
think about where
the
he's at right now.
challenge, He takes it head-on and pushes through.
showing everyone, everywhere, how to go even further
Beyond. Now let's see what Superman's got up his
Faster than a
sleeve.
speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. It's a bird. It's a plane.
Because I have nothing
It's
against Superman. The only thing I have against is that he just
He's
doesn't
just
train.
a
If he trained
locomotive.
more, you'd probably be
People
even
of the 40s needed
more
bigger
busted.
imaginations.
Born on the far-off
Not even
world
just
of
training, I
Krypton,
just can't
the
stand how
infant Kal-El
like in
was sent to
any
Earth by his
version of like
parents, narrowly
movies, they
escaping
don't.
Krypton's destruction. Raised by farmers as Clark
Plus, let's
Kent,
pause.
he
We
eventually
should probably pause. When it comes to Superman, he's never really been like. When it comes to Goku, he moves the fight to places that actually don't have people. And sure, and when it's forced upon him to fight there, of course he doesn't want it, but at least he knows that he can summon people back with the Dragon Balls. But in the case of Superman, he doesn't really do that. There really isn't a number of times that I could think about where Superman really moved the fight to, like, deserts or...
And he can't bring people back because there's no version of Dragon Balls. in
So while I had
DC
nothing
that
against
brings people
Superman, if
back.
Superman maybe took the time to train a little bit more with maybe his fighting styles and maybe built up his strength more, instead of relying on the sun, maybe he would be a lot more busted. and be a lot more respected. Because one of the reasons I don't respect Superman is that because, like I said, he doesn't train. At least in most of his continuities. Maybe in some of his continuities he trains, but again, most.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, though, we just wanted to just talk about that. Where are you at?
822.
Fair enough. Anything you want to bring up real quick, though, before we resume?
Not really. It's just they don't ever do Superman justice, and he's a boring character to me because of, like, in the comics, I've read some comics. He has somewhat cool character. Alien from another planet, comes to Earth, becomes good, saves the planet.
But the only thing that I think is a bit, and is that he just becomes strong just by being in the sun's presence. Or
No, I know.
Star's
I find that
presence. A yellow
I find
one,
that
to be exact.
I find that stupid, but I also can't stand how they never do it. Like, in media, they never really do him justice to what he could be. He's always this boring character. He has, like, no good character development. Like, at least in movie format.
Yeah.
Maybe it will change with that Superman Legacy movie that's coming out that's adding a bunch of heroes to it at once. And we'll see if James Gunn can redeem Superman. But as far as I can tell, Superman's not my favorite superhero.
Yeah. But anyways, you ready to keep
Yep.
going? Okay.
Mhm.
At 8:22, let's continue on in 3, 2, 1, go.
If you've only seen the movies, forget him. Comic book Clark's not the perfect Boy Scout. And he's definitely not Jesus. Wait, weren't the guys who made him Jewish?
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish immigrants and grew up in a time when anti-Semitism went largely unchallenged.
And then that ugly mustache showed up.
Understandably seeking escape from some truly terrifying horrors, the pair created Superman to be a simple solution.
I'm glad they were able to get out of that
problems.
place.
A hero who could
Before it
defeat
got too bad
any
for them.
evil by just punching it. Hell yeah, that's how I live my life.
After almost 9 decades, Superman has been many things. At the core, his story is one of a refugee,
Keep
a
your-
child
keep
who
your
lost his
yawn
home,
with ketchup.
left to the mercy of
This is
alien
favorite
people.
food.
This new world
Hobbies is
accepted him,
linguistics,
raised
robotics,
him, gave him a new home,
zoology.
because helping others in need is the
Love
right
interest
low
is
to-
what the
That's
hell?
why he became a superhero.
There's
the
so
first
many.
superhero.
I'm gonna assume that
Everything's
all of
gotta
those are
start
different versions
somewhere,
of Lois
but he
Lane.
was the first one to
Except
really
for
take
Wonder
off.
Woman.
Well, I
not
mean,
literally.
in the
It took
Injustice-
a while actually before he learned how to fly.
In fact, when Clark
In the
discovered his
Injustice games,
Kryptonian
he
heritage,
did, have
he
a thing for
struggled to
Wonder
accept
Woman.
it
And in
and
some
subconsciously
movies, I
developed
think
mental
Wonder Woman
blocks,
did date.
severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
He's strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the earth for 5 days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not
Oh.
how that works.
He's fast enough
Well,
to reach
it's
the
DC
edge of
Comics.
the universe in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait, he can do all that, but Batman can punch him out? Really?
Well, in
You're
some
probably thinking
continuities,
of
he's
Elseworld
weaker
stories
than
outside
others.
main canon like Dark Knight Returns. It's a good question, though. Superman's powers have fluctuated over time for a variety of reasons. However, for Death Battle, we take the characters at their best.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like how his breath is so powerful he can
Bioelectric
squeeze away a
aura,
solar
light, heat
system,
vision, super
or
breath,
blow
super
air
flare,
cold
super
enough
curing,
to
super
freeze
speed,
gold.
molecular phasing,
Speaking of, his
infinite mass
X-ray
punch.
vision doesn't just see through walls.
Super strength,
It can
super
see through
vision,
your own body
electromagnetic,
and mind
four-dimensional,
to examine
microscopic,
your
telescopic,
soul.
X-ray,
And
time
yet,
travel.
he
Wait,
can't
what?
see through
Genesis
lead.
powers,
That's
energy
okay, though. He
constructs,
can just
interstellar
burn through it
teleportation,
with his
and
face. Since he gets his power from the
mechakinesis.
yellow sun, his heat
Wait, you
vision
can time
burns
travel?
the fire of a star. And if beams
How?
aren't enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super
Is it
flare.
because he's
It
almost
used
as
to
fast as the
totally
Flash
drain
and he's
him,
able to
but he's
make
learned how to
that
control it.
speed, or...
Simply put, Superman's powers
Oh, no,
defy
all I know is the
physics.
Flash is
My
faster,
favorite
it is
examples
confirmed.
of this are when he
Well,
rebuilt
no,
the
they've actually
reality
raised them multiple
warping
times. It's
miracle
never been
machine
confirmed
from
he's
memory,
faster.
or punched Brainiac so hard every version of him felt it through
They've raised
all
multiple
of
times,
time.
and they've
Or when
actually...
he gained 10 years
Superman
worth
ended up
of
winning
medical
some, and
training
Flash
through
ended
only
up winning
5
some.
minutes
It's never
of
been really
breathing,
confirmed
and then
who's faster.
successfully performed lung surgery.
Nice. My favorite example is when he smelled
But
brownies
each of them
in
are
North
able to
Dakota
get infinite
from orbit.
speed. So.
Even beyond his powers, Superman is
Chi
no
control,
novice when it
martial
comes to
arts,
the
boxing,
intricacies
jujutsu,
of
Krav
battle.
Maga,
He's trained
pressure
in
point
Kryptonian
fighting,
martial arts,
Tokazi
which uses
morale,
chi,
astral
or as
protection,
they
and
call it,
energy
3R.
purification
He
increases
even got
combat
summoned to
instincts.
Asgard
Tor
to
Horizon
fight demons
Val,
with
which is
Thor for
Kryptonian, Theta State,
1,000
illusion
years.
projection,
Superman can
and mind
resist being
projection.
erased from existence, such as tanking Darkseid's Omega Beams. Even Retcon
Yeah.
and the Time Trapper, both of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him. Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
Timelines literally revolve around him.
But let's address the S-shaped elephant in the room.
Wow.
You may have noticed we've covered a variety of Superman eras. Superman, and DC Comics as a whole, have gone through multiple retcons.
Oh yeah.
Golden Age, Silver Age, Pre-Crisis, Post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so on.
It would help to know which one is the main Superman, right? Well, they all are.
Yeah, the latest reboots basically said everything in the main series is kinda canon, even when he had wacky powers like changing his appearance with a super muscular control. Ew. I guess he can still phase through almost anything, even people.
Look, if you really dig into it, this isn't new. Plenty of characters have recalled events from supposedly retcon timelines before.
Yeah, post-crisis Soups did start as less powerful than in pre-crisis, but that was because of the mental blocks.
Though he's not a complete composite, there's so many other Supermen out there.
Future Superman, Big Robot Superman, Commie Superman, Dinosaur Superman. There's a bunch.
Still, this new canon has affected his abilities. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And while Superman's powers stem from the Earth's yellow sun, exposure to a blue star increases them even further. In fact, upon visiting a white star, he attained a whole new level of power.
When that old baldy Lex teleported him to another galaxy, Superman just popped back up, saying space-time has lost its meaning for him. He really just said that.
Remember,
No.
Superman defies physics.
Oh, I finally got rid of
He
him.
used
Pops in
heat
behind
vision
him.
to
Sup.
restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
We've seen that his universe has a radius of at least 100 billion light years, but we can calculate a more exact figure. The DC universe is 15 billion years old and expands at 60 trillion light years per half second. This means its radius must be
Holy
over
shit.
50 nonillion light years across.
What? That's 31 zeros, and Soups helped make that happen.
Well, about 1/5 of it. That's still immense power, but if you want something bigger, here's the Anti-Monitor blasting Golden Age Superman with all the energy of the antimatter universe. And then Superman,
Punched him so hard it kickstarted another one of those reboots.
Now, Superman does have weaknesses. There's kryptonite,
Yeah,
of course,
but Goku's
and
not gonna
exposure
do
to
that.
red starlight can fade his powers over time.
As
Not
portrayed
all
in
at
Goku
once.
vs.
He
Superman
has
1,
been able to move planets
Goku would
around
destroy
while
it.
under a red star.
And everyone knows Superman can't
Although the
deal
red
with magic,
oh,
but it's more
although the red
accurate to
star
say
would
he
probably
doesn't
work
have
out,
any
maybe.
special resistances to it. He's defeated plenty of magic users before,
Yeah,
even
sure.
Shazam.
Superman challenges the idea that absolute power corrupts absolutely. He's the goodest good guy of them all, but there is nuance to being good, even if he is the ultimate power fantasy, unstoppable and incorruptible.
Such as when he took on the World Forger, one of the most powerful reality shapers in all of creation.
Who was
Holy
in the
shit.
sixth dimension, crafting a whole new multiverse to replace the one Clark calls home. Who's gonna stop him?
Superman could, and the Forger knew it. So he was trapped on a world with a sun so distant he could never escape. Or so the Forger thought.
Instead, Clark found the strength he needed to fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger, and shatter his new multiverse
Oh,
with
wow.
a single punch. Because that's
That's
Superman,
fun.
a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
Exactly.
He's the kind of person to save a cat from a tree, answer Christmas cards from strangers, and tow hundreds of planets to a new galaxy all in the same day. What's not to like?
Truth and justice has no better champion than the Man of Steel.
He's just busted to be busted.
Well, exactly. That's just how Superman is, and that just goes into further that, yeah, when it comes down to it, while Goku does have maybe some counters to some of the stuff that Superman can be able to throw at him, sadly, Superman, I do believe, has way too much. Way too much power and way too much experience. When it comes to speed, I will say, I think when it comes down to it, Superman is theoretically faster, but Goku's Ultra Instinct is immeasurable because it's able to detect any attack, no matter how fast the person is, and just dodge it. So I think when it comes to speed, they would be relatively tied. When it comes to strength, it obviously goes to Superman because he's just able to dip into multiple suns and literally go beyond cosmic, which is something that Goku has not faced before. When it comes to skill, Goku definitely takes the cake with skill. He's trained his entire life and is still training to fight on. He lives for fighting. That's his whole gimmick. While in Superman, while sure he'll do some training, he just sees it as a means to an end. So while Superman sure is kind of trained and knows what he's doing when it comes to a fight, Goku is absolutely Let's put it like this. It's like putting a black belt versus Bruce Lee. You know who's gonna win, right? At least in terms of skill, if we're talking about skill. When it comes to powers, that one's actually going to be up to debate just because of how much shit that they're putting into this fight with, you know, pre-crisis, post-crisis, and, you know, the mangas along with heroes and all that shit. And bringing in the app as well, Legends, because a lot of shit goes on in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit kind of weird, but I'm honestly probably going to say it's probably going to go to Superman as well.
Well,
So sad to say, as much as I would really, really, really want Goku to win this, because trust me, I really want Goku to win this, Superman is just too much. He's just that guy. He's just that guy in comics. That's just who he is.
mm-hmm.
And that's not a bad thing. Goku is give me a second. I'm having a brain fart. It's an icon, the same as much as Superman is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why both of these characters are beloved by multiple generations. And we don't hate Superman, we just wish that maybe, I don't know, maybe a different route could have been taken with Superman overall. Because maybe
just don't do Goku things, Goku.
Oh yeah, and hopefully when it comes to this fight, we do think that, actually, who do you think is going to win?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Superman, even though I want to say Goku.
And I'm going to say Superman as well, even though I want to say Goku. We do think Superman's going to win, but hopefully Death Battle, please, at least do Goku justice and have these two,
What?
like...
No, watch them pull some bullshit out of their ass and somehow Goku wins just to be that dude. I would fucking die.
If they have
for it.
Goku win, I'm absolutely gonna shit like myself just laughing because that's just them being
No.
like, oh, because of the continuities that Goku has, he could totally beat Superman now. Like, what? No, that's just no.
No, you know what it's about to do.
Head to 1624 also, but yeah.
I know it won't happen like that. But what's about to happen is head to where?
1624.
Alright, well. I'm there, but hold on. Before we continue. I know it's not gonna happen like that, but you know what's about to happen? They're about to pull a fast one, right? Goku's about to get his ass clapped. And then it's gonna be like Goku's finally gonna have an idea that's not fucking absolutely fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And I know he would never do it, but watch at the end, he's like, it's not over yet, and he just like kryptonite punch, boom. Or no, you know I want them to do it.
What?
I know how they need to end it. Do you know how they need to end it?
How do they need to end it?
End it the superheroes way. When him and Vegeta fought, they both fell to the floor. And Superman, either whoever wins needs to be like, I finally did it. I beat Goku. As they both pass out. It needs to be like that, where it's like, technically...
Well, hopefully it
Superman
ends
wins,
with either
but-
them fist bumping each other, because if they fist bump, I would be happy.
Mhm.
Or at least if Superman acknowledges Goku's, like, strength. Like, if either of those happens, I'm gonna be happy. Because
I'm
at the
also
very
so
least,
curious to see
Goku's...
what's next too.
Yeah,
this is cool.
Yeah, but because also, the next episode is the season finale, also, as well, just to let you know.
I know.
So I am
This
interested...
one was cool. I'm just saying because.
But let's be glad that this isn't the finale, because I do think that if this is the finale, it probably would have been a bad idea. Because no
Yep,
offense
you
to
ready?
Yeah. All I will say, if something insane happens, I will probably yell out, so be prepared for that, everybody.
Mhm. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time.
It's time for
for
a
death
death battle!
They're just starting out fighting, and Goku's starting out Super Saiyan,
Hey, I'm all for it.
and they're both smiling.
Today's the day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
If you say so.
Ooh.
Yep. Goku has more skill. Superman's more stronger.
But when it comes to throwing hands, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're holding back. Give it your all.
You're holding back. Give it your all.
No regrets.
No regrets!
I'm doing just fine.
Saiyan.
Fair enough.
In the blue.
With so many forms, they're gonna have to choose between the most iconic, which is Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan Blue, and probably Ultra Instinct. Yeah, the Magic Stone is. Oh damn! Let's go! Oh! Uh-oh.
Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
World made of cardboard. All right,
Wait, I
I'll
just
show
realized
you
something.
just how
What?
powerful I really am.
Never mind.
Oh!
Looks like a job for
Whoa!
Is that Rose?
Oh, that was Heroes!
Well, what do you think?
That was awesome! Nice suit!
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
My mom made it for me, so wait. Oh, shit.
Oh, let's go, okay.
Ultra instant.
Oh, damn! Oh wow, wow, he's absolutely dogging on it. I will admit. Oh, Superman's about to go all out.
By going to every red sun known to man.
No, yellow sun.
Yeah, yellow sun, but it's still bullshit.
Oh! Let's fucking go!
Yeah, that is true. But Superman.
Oh!
What?
Good
Kyle
God!
whoopie her.
Holy shit!
They just shattered all reality.
They shattered everything.
Ah, darn it.
It's kind of what I thought.
Almost had me there. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it sure was. But I'll be stronger next time.
I look forward to it.
Does that mean they're gonna keep doing this as long as Goku and
Let's go
Superman
again.
are still thinking?
You're
Probably. So
as
we'll
long
probably be a while before we get a number 4.
I know, I'm just saying.
KO! That's it! The final, indisputable answer!
Yeah, no.
Who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
Exactly.
There's so many
Yeah.
ways this battle could go.
No, I
especially
still
with
think
all
that
the
was
other
did
continuity.
justice.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real,
that one did more
Goku would
justice.
kick almost every other Superman's ass, except for the main one.
There's a lot to cover, so let's address the 5 categories most representative of this fight.
First up, strength. Both could hit hard enough to break or make their whole universe, or take it in stride, like when Superman got smacked by the whole antimatter universe.
At most, Dragon Ball's universe is 1,505 times larger than our own. But based on the DC Universe's officially established age and rate of expansion, it is 1.6 vigintillion times larger. Over a november-cillion times more than Goku's.
At some point, you reach a number high enough that it just doesn't mean anything anymore. Anyway, Goku's obviously gotten stronger since the Beerus fight, even by billions or trillions of times. He's defeated Jiren, Broly, Moro, and Fu.
But even if we highball Goku by quadrillions or quintillions of times, the gap
Apparently
is just
Dragon
too
Ball
much,
Heroes Infinite Timeline
especially
to
with
crack
the
of
World
time doesn't
Fortress.
need the
Not even
scope
Heroes
of Superman, apparently.
Superman takes
Damn.
the edge in strength.
But strength isn't everything. Let's talk speed. Both are obviously way
This is
faster
actually
than light,
important, I
but
would say.
Superman crossed that mega-sized universe
This
of
is
his
cool
in
how they're breaking
seconds,
it down.
and flew
Apparently
by
Superman can
everything.
produce 10
Makes
billion
sense. He
decibels
can
of
keep up with the
sound,
Flash, whose speed is so
which is
ludicrous
enough to
it's
destroy
unquantifiable.
10 E plus
Don't count Goku
something
out, though.
universes.
Flying across the entire afterlife in base form and outspeeding Eos's future sight takes some crazy speed.
Fighting Zamasu as an omnipresent merged timeline also implies immeasurable speeds.
That, combined with instant transmission and ultra instinct, could probably keep up.
Maybe. Quantifiably, Superman is faster, but both are immeasurable.
Oh.
The safest bet here is to say they tie in speed.
Oh, okay.
Especially when we look at skill. Goku's a martial arts master. He's definitely got better battle instincts. He wants to fight and is dedicated to his training, while Superman sees training as a means to an end.
Superman's knowledge in pressure point combat and Kryptonian martial arts are impressive, but he's only used
Apparently
them a few
Goku
times.
could theoretically
It
summon
would be
backup, but
disingenuous
Superman
to
also
say
has a
he's an
robot
equivalent master.
army of
So
duplicates
Goku
that
wins
fight
in
on par with
skill,
the Justice
but
League.
not necessarily in experience.
Don't get it wrong, Superman is not a mindless brawler. He's trained with Batman and Wonder Woman. He's even defeated martial arts experts like Cobra.
Superman should win in a
powers.
battle of attrition. Goku
has
could fight
spent
for a week
decades
straight, but his
training,
key and sensu
Superman
beams are
battled
finite.
Norse demons for
Goku can
8,000
function
years.
indefinitely
He's
without
also
rest, eating, or
astonishingly
sleeping, apparently.
brilliant. Like when he reassembled the reality warping.
Oh, and he has a
miracle
constant
machine
healing
from
factor so long
memory.
as he has sunlight.
Experience obviously goes to Superman. But perhaps less obvious is our last category, powers.
Yeah, this is true.
Spirit Bomb, Mafuba, instant transmission.
3 of
God
those
Ki,
are
God Bind.
ineffective
How
against
does
Superman.
Goku not win with those?
In Dragon Ball, Ki is dependent on physical ability, so it's
Well,
different
apparently
from
Superman
magic.
could
God
likely
Ki
counter
is simply
stats those
pure
from heroes,
Ki, and
like
magic
the
isn't an
dimensional
auto win
domain,
against
as he's
Superman
resistant
anyway,
biological
whose greater
decay
strength could
fields
break out
of
something like the
Doomsday
God
and the
Bind.
power
Mafuba and
nullification.
the Spirit Bomb would take way too long.
Oh, and apparently Superman has
Goku's
escaped
never
time stops as
successfully
well,
used
so
Hakai before. Even if he did land
it's
it,
unlikely the
Superman's
Mafuba could
impossible
contain
to
it as
erase
well.
from reality. Like, he's tanked Omega Beams, which do the same thing as Hakai.
Superman can
Yep.
time travel, countering instant transmission similar ability from heroes. And regarding teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Saiyans can't breathe in space, though Goku's certainly tough
Okay,
enough to
apparently
stand
they
back,
might
instant
say, they
transmission
said that Goku
requires
could potentially
another
require
person to
outside
act
help
as a
with like the
beacon.
Dragon
You
Balls,
can't just
but
warp to any
apparently
red
Superman
star.
could build something
Even
that
if
could
he
counter
did,
it.
Superman could simply fly away and find a blue or white
Oh,
star
pause.
for a
Goku, greater martial arts mastery, more varied techniques, and better mobility via the instant transmission, but he has limited key energy. Ultra instinct similar to theta state, and potentially similar speeds. Well, for Superman, far greater strength, more experienced, higher intelligence, which that is an absolute plus I think Superman has over Goku, is that Goku's kind of an idiot when it comes to everything outside of fighting. He's kind of an idiot. He's battle smart, he is not book smart at all.
He's an idiot and everything else, but when he fights, he's like a genius.
Exactly. He is a genius when he's fighting, but outside that, he's an idiot. But anyways, though, superior stamina via sunlight and Go counters most of Goku's techniques, but limited martial arts mastery, and of course, he is similar to Ultra Instinct and potentially similar speeds. Where are you at?
24-32.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's continue on in 3, 2, 1, go.
Goku could not pull off the same trick twice, as Superman could phase through his attacks.
So, that's it then. Clark has too many counters, so he takes the edge in powers and it's over.
Well, I think there's something else. Goku versus Superman breaches a broader zeitgeist. It's more than just two characters fighting. For a whole generation, especially in 90s America, superheroes represented an unyielding status quo. Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in. For a lot of people, that's tiring, and Superman is an icon of that. Then along came anime. There was a whole other world of ideas and stories for us sheltered Westerners to experience, and Goku's an icon of that. So while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies.
That's how we see it, honestly. I see this as a debate of ideology.
Who wants Goku to lose?
Because I don't want Goku to lose, because I know Superman's gonna win, but I understand how strong Superman is.
What we're doing. How can people agree with what we take?
The ideology of Superman's strength is that it's infinitely gaining, but with Goku, his ideology is that he's always going to gain
violence. And if so, then what's the point?
Because it's fun, Wiz. Damn it, man. There's more than one way to appreciate something. We're having a great time talking about awesome characters and slamming action figures together.
I'm hoping for Bendy versus Cuphead still. I really want that.
You're right.
I'm still hoping for it.
Just saying, no matter who you prefer, that battle was super, man.
That's the worst pun.
What? It fits them both.
It's so lame.
I
Not
don't
really.
see you doing any better.
I do the math. The pun's your job.
Well, maybe if you math as good as I punned, then Goku would have won.
What is wrong with you?
The winner is Superman.
Hi, I'm Ben,
All right.
voice of Wiz. Thank you so much
What do
for
we got?
watching. We are about to announce the next episode, but before we do that, if you're not a Death Battle member yet, click that join button below. See what you're missing.
Black. Of course. Galactus versus Unicron. Yeah, lame. Only because I know who's gonna win. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know what Unicron's capable of, because Unicron comes from Transformers. I don't know what Unicron's capable of in the G1 comics, if he even was in G1 comics, and all the other continuities, but I don't see him win. I don't see Unicron winning against Galactus. Galactus has literally devoured timelines, I'm pretty sure, at his most powerful. Like, multiversal timelines, like, outside the Eternity, which is one of the most powerful beings in Marvel. Which I don't think Unicron could come close to that. Because we're talking about a being that's capable of literally keeping the continuity of all the multiverses in timelines, in Thesis, flowing. Every timeline continuity within Marvel. So I don't see how Unicron's relatively gonna take the cake on this, but regardless of that, let's talk about the fight that we did watch. Superman versus Goku. That was a good fight. And they absolutely did Goku justice, which I'm glad for. We both knew that Superman was gonna win. But that fist bump and Superman acknowledging Goku at the end was definitely, I think, worth it, I believe. Because they finally did Son Goku justice when it comes to a death battle. Because sure, he didn't win, but they absolutely did give him a better shot than what they gave him back in Superman vs. Goku 2. Because they absolutely just made it to where his power is just unequivalent in Superman vs. Goku 2, which I found to be bullshit. But what were your thoughts?
It was good. And went how exactly I expected it to go.
Were you happy with how they did it, though? Yeah, I'm glad that they actually made it to where Superman actually did his absolute best attack against Goku, actually, I will say, as well. Instead of just doing, like, a simple, like, attack to end it, he did, like, this most powerful attack, which I'm all for. Because that's what Goku would want. In fact, I'm pretty sure Goku even said that, in fact, when Superman was charging up the suns, I think Goku said finally, like, he was about ready and waiting for him to come down. But that's it for this death battle, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please leave a like down below and comment down below what other types of videos you guys would like to see. And also, we will get the Akira reaction out. It just will probably take a little bit more time, but we will still get that out when we're able to. So no worries about that. That being said, we are your Crypt Keepers, and do come back for another tale, guys. See ya.